Hello everyone, welcome back you all to another session of learning. So today let us discuss few topics, that is arrays, loops and functions in the PHP. Similar like other languages, we also have arrays, loops and functions in PHP also. So let us start with arrays in PHP. So in arrays in PHP, there are different kinds of arrays. Majorly, there are two types of arrays. One is indexed arrays, and another is associative arrays, which contains a key value pair. Like for example, there will be a particular key for a particular value, and other is the multi-dimensional arrays, which is an extension of the normal arrays. So let us start with how we declare an array and how we access an array. Okay. So let us start with taking a function, taking a file, creating a new file in the htdocs folder. PHP. Okay. So the main initialization of array will be done using a variable and the keyword called array. So let us take my array as cars, for example, or maybe names. Okay. Array is a keyword which use array of. Since I'm taking strings as an input, I'll put all the elements of the array in double quotes, or we can use also single quotes as well. Okay. Ram, Krush, Sita. So these are the elements of my array. Okay. Now, how to access this array? There are actually different ways in which you try to access arrays. One is directly calling using index. So echo of names of 0. Okay. So let us try to run this. Okay. There's my htdocs. Okay, array.php. So run. So at the index 0, we have this is starting with 0, 1, and 2. So at index 0, we have our RAM, and next we try to echo names. Okay. Ram and Sita. Sita. Okay. So got it. So in this way, we can actually access every element like this. So instead of this, we want to print all the elements that are present in an array. So for that, we actually have we actually use a for loop. Okay. So we'll discuss in the later part how we declare and all. Okay. So and one more thing which we have is like so we'll try to do with that also for loop for dollar equal to 0. Okay. Dollar I less than count of names. So this is count is a function which counts the number of elements in the array. Okay. Sorry. And dollar I plus plus. Now we'll try to echo the elements that are present in a array. So echo dollar names of dollar I. Okay. Now let us try to run this. See, Ram, Krishna, and Sita. I'll just type this also. Okay. Echo of break. So this will give a one line space between the elements that have been printed. See, Ram, Krish, and Sita. So in this way, we try to access all the elements that are present in an array. This is a simple array. Now, what is an associative array? So associative array, I think I have already declared it. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this is my array. Okay, this is my array. Array which has husband name and a wife name. So this is a key value pair. So this is the key and this is the value for that key. Okay, so this is the key and this is the value for that particular key. Okay, so I don't need this now for this. Okay, so how to access these elements? Let me okay. So how to access these elements without using a loop, or how to access that particular element? So for that, we'll try to access using the key. Okay. So echo of dollar my array of what is the key? Key is Ram. Ram. Okay. So now let us try to run this. Sita. So Ram's, for the Ram, key value of Ram, we have assigned value Sita. Okay. So when we try to add one more element into this, so let us add one more element into it. So that will be like dollar my array of sorry dollar my array of Krishna Gopika. Okay, so this is one more element or key pair value that I want to assign into this array. So now I want to print all the elements that are being present in the array. Okay, so for that I'll use for each loop in which we try to print every element that are present in the array. So I'll try to write that for each of array. Okay, so the basic syntax of this loops I will just discuss as a later part of this video. So in the similar way, so for each loop has this is the array which I have declared, and as is a keyword, and the key value pair what we want to display, or you try to assign one more variable to that key value pair. You can use any variable, whatever you want. So I am taking it as a husband and wife relation. So key is my husband and value is my wife. Okay. So dollar husband. So instead of that, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll just write groom and bride. This is groom equal to, or this arrow mark, and bride. Okay. So this is my variables which I've declared. Now, how you print that? So echo. Okay. I want to name is groom is so and so and bride is so and so. Okay. So echo is. So here we use dot because we try to concatenate between the whatever the sentence we need to print and the variable that has a value in it to be printed. Okay. Dollar groom dot double quotes the bride is so and so dot dollar bride. Okay. We'll try to give a break statement in this so that will not get clumsy. Now let us try this. So when we try to print this whole thing, so we need to get all the elements like this, all the three elements that are being present in this. Now let us run this. Okay, see. The groom is Ram, the bride is Sita. The groom is Krish, the bride is Radha. The groom is Krishna, the bride is Gopika. So in this way, we can access all the elements of an array or maybe associative array in this way. Okay. So these are the two types of arrays, indexed array and associative array. And there is actually one more type of array which we call it as a multidimensional array. So here, multidimensional array is like array in an array. So how we declare an array in an array is like, for example, in the same associative array, instead of taking this as one element, key this value as one element, we try to declare value as an array. So let us take an example, array of name. So we will take array of his details, Ram's details. Ram's, okay, we'll try to take as a mobile. Ram's mobile is Ram's mobile will be, sorry. Ram's mobile will be so and so. 941 so and so, comma, place will be Ayodhya. Okay. So in this way, I have actually declared array here. In place of Ram, for a key value of pair of Ram, I have declared and one more array here. Okay, so let us try to access this as well. Let us try to access this. Save this. So see, just have a look at this. So here there is no single value here. So because of this, it is showing an error here. So here we have to iterate through a loop. Since we have again an array of elements to be print, when we call this, okay, array of RAM, actually the key value of this should print, okay. But here it is not a single element to print just directly. It has a set of elements, or it also contains an array of elements to be print. So again it has to go through a loop again, okay. So it has to go through loop again. So those many times it has to print, okay. So in this way we try to initialize associative array, multi-dimensional array, and normal simple arrays, okay. So I will try to give one more. This should work. This should work. So this will give us the mobile number, okay. See, this will give us mobile number. Yeah. So in this way, we try to access all the arrays. Two types of arrays: index array, associative array, and multi-dimensional array. Okay. So now when we go through the loops, there are actually four types actually. Four types of loops. One is while loop, do while loop, for loop, and for each loop. Okay. I think I have written here. Yeah. So this is a for loop. This is a while loop which we have declared before. So we'll try to write it again. So this is a while loop. So this is a while loop. Okay, this is a while loop. I've declared a variable I equal to 10, and while I is less than 15. While I is less than 15, echo I. Echo is like print the variable, print the value that is present in the I. Okay, and I'm incrementing the value of I here. So for every iteration, I equal to I plus 1 means after every iteration, it is incrementing the value of I by one value. Okay. So at first, when the I enters this loop, its value is 10. So 10 will be printed here. This is a break statement here. I mean break in the sense there will be a line here, there will be it will enter into a new line again. So I will become 11. Again it comes to this loop again. 11. 11 is it just checks the it is valid or not. I is less than 15 or 11 is less than 15. See, it is valid, so it will go again till I becomes 15. This loop is gonna continue. When I becomes 15, it come back of this loop and it prints the loop has ended here. So after prints 14, it gets back out of the loop and prints the rest of the code. Okay, so let us check this out. Yeah, see, so first it prints 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and after all it gets out of the loop, only then it prints the code block of the code which is present outside of the loop. Okay, this is basic simple while loop. And when we talk about do while loop, same thing comes, but instead of while coming here, it comes over here. So do this while do this whole thing while I is less than 15. Okay, let me show you this again. Next, there is one more thing. Okay, let me run this now. Same thing comes because it conditions is satisfied. So let us check what exactly is the difference between while loop and do while loop. So now let me make it as Let me make this as 10. So but when we take it as a while loop, since I is 10 is less than 10, it does not satisfy, it should not go into this loop. But in this while loop, it executes. So I will first it will print 10. I equal to 10 will be print. Okay. Let us check this out. Let us check this out. So let us check this out. Okay. See, 10 and the loop has ended here. But the same thing does not happen with while loop, because in the do while loop, first case will always accept it, and then the first execution is done, and then the condition is checked. Okay, in do while loop. But whereas in while loop, first condition is checked and then the execution part comes. Okay, so same thing we'll try to do this here. Okay, see. So now let us check this out. It throws an error. It doesn't print anything because it is false. 10 is less than 10 is false. It is not going to this loop. Directly comes into this part. So this is a basic difference between while loop and do while loop. Okay. So while loop doesn't first checks the condition and then go into the loop, whereas do while loop first execute the part and then checks the condition. So this is a basic difference between while loop and do while loop. So now let us go for the for loop. Okay. For loop for I equal to 0. I'll just make it 0. Okay, let's take 10 only. 10. $i less than 15. Less than 15. $i plus plus echo I. So here we don't need anything here. Okay, because it is incrementation is being done here. So what are the basic syntax of for loop is? First, the first parameter which the for loop takes is the evaluated once. So this part is evaluated once. Okay, so before we start the for loop, it just evaluated only once. And the second expression, before each iteration, it is evaluated. Before each iteration that is being done, this expression will be evaluated. And after each iteration, this expression being evaluated. Okay, so this is done only once. This is done before the execution. This is done after execution. Okay, same thing is happening as while loop here, except that here. And what is the difference between while loop and for loop is because that for loop we know the extent where we need to stop the loop, whereas while loop we doesn't know until where we need to stop. Here we have a condition, like it should stop at less than 15. Okay, and we also know the base case. We can give the base case as well. So that is the main thing where we need to stop. Okay, now let us try to run this. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the loop has ended here. This is a main basic thing. Okay, this is a basic thing that is being done using the for loops. And one more, we have for each loop, and for each loop is mainly done on arrays. So is a best example that is being done here for each loop. The main syntax of for each loop is for each. This is the name of the array that we have declared, and these are whatever you want to name it, all the variables. Okay, for example, if you take a simple array, if you take a simple array here, main will take, let us take a simple array of numbers, new. Okay, I will just take here only. I will declare array as, okay, this only, sorry, array of 10, 20. So this is my array. For each, so for each $I as $X, okay, echo $X. Okay, this should work, I guess. This should work. See, 10, 20, 30. Okay, this is my array 10, 20, 30. And for each $I as $X, this is my variable which I am declaring for these variables, specifically for these variables. This is an array I have declared. So I am echoing all the variables that are being stored in the this thing. Okay, so that's all. So for each means it goes through all the iteration. So all the variables it is being present, it goes through all the values that are being present in the array. Okay, so these are the different kinds of loops that are being present in PHP language. So in a similar way, we try to go for the next part, that is of functions. So there are basically inbuilt functions that are being present in PHP and also user defined functions. So inbuilt functions examples, echo is an inbuilt function, and array is an inbuilt function, or a class, you can say. In a class there are actually functions that are being present. Okay, so what exactly is a class object, we'll try to discuss in the next upcoming videos. So what exactly does a function has? Function has parameters and as well as arguments. So parameter is what function variables are taking. Okay, when we try to declare a function, what are the things that a function takes is called are called parameters. So let us create a file over there. Function.php. Okay. Okay. So these are things that are being so what exactly is a parameter? So parameter are the variables that are declared at the time of function declaration. Okay. Whereas arguments are the values that the user provides for the function. So basically we can say that parameters hold the arguments. Okay, so simple terms, parameters holds the arguments. Okay, so this is a simple thing. So parameters holds the argument. So let us try to declare a function, simple function. Okay, So function syntax, declaring a function syntax is use keyword function. So it doesn't match. Rename this. Funky.php. Okay, so function. We will try to declare a function called addition to add the values. TIOM addition. Okay. Which takes parameters or $a, comma, $b. Okay. This is a function. Result. $result equal to $a plus $b. Return $result. Okay. Let's call this function addition of 2, 3 maybe. Let's call this. What will happen? We'll just check it out. Funky.php, right? Yeah. So nothing is print. Wait, what exactly happened? So here we have returned a variable result, but where it is being stored, we did not echo it. We are just returning it. So now, so here we declare a variable result. Yeah, now just check it out. Okay. See 5. Okay, that's the thing. So we have to catch it in a variable and just print that variable. Okay. So in this way, we need to declare a function. And the main concept comes where we try to pass the arguments. Here we actually passing the main arguments itself. But we have another way of doing things like passing variables or pass by value or pass by reference. So pass by reference here comes where reference is like we try to provide the address of the variable, address of the value that are being stored, and not exactly the value. So because of which the changes will be made are directly affected in the in that particular address, not in the value. Okay. So that is the main thing which we need to concentrate on. And with the function, there is also called variadic function. So Variadic function comes into picture when we don't know the number of arguments or number of parameters that are being considered. So let us take, okay, so here this is a variadic argument. Okay, variadic argument. We don't know how many number of elements we can give in this function, or how many number of parameters we can give in this function. Okay, so for that we'll just declare. So this is a major biggest advantage of using this function is we don't know the number of parameters we can use, but we can get the output easily. So dollar n equal to 0. So z equal to 0, initialize it to 0. Okay. And then count of dollar $a. Okay, so we can find the length as well. Now we try to put it in a for loop. Okay, for loop for all equal to 0. Dollar $I less than dollar length. Okay, and dollar $I plus plus plus. Okay, dollar result plus equal to dollar $a of dollar $I. Okay, so it is a little complicated. I can't. I won't say complicated, but it does has its own. Right. Okay. So we'll just write return dollar result. Okay. Echo result. See here, I've given only dollar $a as my thing. Okay. Here I'm passing two parameters. I'll try to pass one more for this. Let me check. See, 2, 3, comma 5. So I need to get addition of this. So I need to get 5 and 10. Okay. So these are the two. Okay, let's take it as result 1 and result 2. Okay. Result 1. Echo dollar. This funky.php. Result one. Result one. So what's happening? So actually using this, we can give any number of things and we can try to get the result using that variables. Okay. So in this way, we can actually get the result easily. 3.5 result, okay. Return result. What's happening with this? Go here only. Let me check this. See 5 and 10. Okay. Yeah. Now I got it. So these are the, in this way, we can actually easily access the things. So these are the main concepts which I would like to discuss in this video. So thank you. Happy learning.